friends, it's Planner Jules, and I am back finally after 3 weeks of being sick on and off. Maybe you can still hear it in my voice. I'm finally able to record a video, and this past week was just crazy as well. However, here is a new planner, as you can see. This is the Leuchtturm 1917. And I am using it as a bullet journal because I have gotten back to a bullet journal system. I'm still using the Malden. I am still having it as a wallet, and it lives with, it comes with me everywhere. It lives in my purse, pretty much. But I had problems with keeping track of tasks, and in the bullet journal system, you have this thing called migrating. When you don't complete a task on a given day, you just put it on the next day and the next day and the next day until you get it done. So you can really evaluate and see where you spend your time, what tasks you actually do, and which ones you just put off. And so I needed this, and this is the squared Leuchtturm. So it comes with a grid inside. And I love it so much. I have a dotted one, but I can't use it. I don't like the dots personally. I think they look perfect and beautiful because it's like very clean, but I just need more structure because my handwriting just gets very messy if I don't have structure. So I decorated it with some stickers from the Happy Planner book, the seasonal one, because I think they match this army green color. At least this is what it was advertised at. It's like an olivey green, a little bit darker, and I bought it on Amazon. I will link it below. So I just started this. So I didn't even put my name and my email address and phone number here, so which I will add after this video. So this is a blank page it comes with, and then you just flip over to the index. And in a traditional way, you have your pages here and then your topic or your list here. However, I am doing it a little bit different. I list down the topic or the title of the list here, or the collection or whatever. And then I just write down the page numbers here, because I have a couple of lists that repeat themselves throughout the book, and I want to keep track of them. Because they all have like the same title. Like for example, Trident Tech is my college that I applied to, and I still have some information that I have to keep track of, and some to-dos that I still need to accomplish. So I have one list on page number 7 and also one on page number 8. And then throughout the year, I will probably have more to-dos and administrative things to take care of, and then I can just add those page numbers like after here, so I have a little bit more room here. And and in this space I just color code. I still have the same color coding system using the Mildliners by Zebra, and every color just signifies something else. Blue is for my boy, yellow is for things that we do together as a family, like social events usually, and the steel color is for anything like school related. So I show you later that I have, well, I can show you now because we're going here, how I do the whole color coding with those lists. This first page I kept blank. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Maybe paste a picture, maybe have like a yearly calendar, or anything else, I don't know. Excuse me, my voice is still a little bit, Okay, so on page 2 and 3, on the first like full spread, I have the future log. I kept it very simple, very traditional. There's no color coding to it. All I did was just write down the months, the next 6 months, and then I just write the date, and then whatever appointment or event is happening that day, or birthdays. Like for example, on the 16th of April, I'm turning 30, which I'm pretty excited about. And then in May, I know that I have to schedule a teeth cleaning appointment, so I don't forget to do this. This comes here. And here in July, I need to buy a backpack for school for my son, because he's starting school in this fall. So I just keep track of those type of things, like long-term to-dos, like very important tasks and events. Then I have the monthly spread. I marked it with one of the, because the Leuchtturm comes with 2 bookmarks, and one of them I have at the monthly layout and the other on the current day. So I just drew out this grid, which only took me like, I don't know, a minute. And then I just, add my tasks and, well, not really tasks, more appointments or time-sensitive things I put here. And I just cross it out with the gray mild liner because I can still see through it. I don't like to cross it out with a dark color where I wouldn't be able to really read what I wrote that day. And this is how I keep track of it. As you can see, I have like tiny bit of color coding, red and green. However, here the red dots signify my period, and the green dots here are for paydays. I did write payday here, however I think it's enough to just add like a little green dot and I know what it is. Another thing is here. On Saturday the 11th at 11 o'clock my son has t-ball practice. However, I received an email that we will have to reschedule this game because his coach, or this practice, his coach is out of town. So I drew out, like I crossed it out with red and then put it here on the side as March 11 reschedule. So I know exactly that this practice will be rescheduled sometime in the future. And this is still open. Another thing I wrote down here in green, because it signifies something to buy or shopping, means right here I have the baseball pants that I need to buy for my son. It's not necessary like to do it right away, but I have to do it this month before like the games start. So that's that. And then we get into the daily/collections. This layout was inspired by @busy, it's @b.izzy on Instagram, and she uses, I think, the Muji ring-bound dot grid planner, and she divided it into 2 columns so she has a little bit more room. And I just liked this layout very much because it was very flowy, and that was what I was going for. I don't like white space a lot, and usually I have very short tasks like dishes, make beds, and then they just take, I don't know, like a quarter of the page, and then the rest would be just blank. I don't know, I didn't like that very much. So to save some space really, and I just like the look of it, I divided it into 2. Now, collections, usually in the old system, they go on a separate spread. You would just go to the next separate page, like blank page, and you would write down, for example here, baseball schedule. You would title it, and then you would write down the baseball schedule, and then you would flip to the next page and then go on with your dailies or monthlies or whatever tasks you need to document. I didn't like that very much because they would waste even more space, especially with a short schedule like this. Plus, I don't know if he's gonna have even more practices or games or anything. So I don't want to, just like, I just want to have a continuous, like completely full book. I just like the look of it. So, I keep track. So to keep track of what exactly this list is, I do write it in my index. So I would have baseball schedule, March, and that's on page 6. So I can flip to page 6. And since I have color coded it with blue, it means it concerns one of my boys or both. I drew a blue box around it. I also just thickened the letters of the list title so I can easily see what it is. And then I wrote down the schedule. Once I was done with the whole schedule that I received so far, I drew a box around it. In the future, when I get another schedule for his thing, I will do the same. I will say baseball schedule, and then write a new schedule down in the future and draw another blue box around it, and then go back to my index and write down like a line and then the next page where his next schedule is gonna be. Then I just title the dailies, with the day of the week and the date. And then I just do a list of things to do, like, tasks are squares, an event is a circle, And where do I have one? And a triangle signifies a appointment or time-sensitive task. So, I color it in when it's completed. I draw an arrow through it once I migrated it to the next day or a different day. And I just draw it like halfway in when I just started it but didn't finish. Like here, laundry, I started doing the kids stuff, but I have yet to do the delicates. So this signifies this task has been started but not completed because I still need to finish the delicates. What else do we have here? This signifier here, like the red asterisks, are for prioritizing an important task. Like here, for example, on Saturday, I remembered, that's why I said don't forget, that I still need to bring my social security card to my administrator at college so she can take a copy of this, which I will do in the future, which I also put down here in a later list. And then so I just highlighted don't forget. And then here, for example, on Monday, I had to call my son's school to register him and ask about the paperwork that I need to bring and where it is and whatever. So it was very important that day to actually do this. Another asterisk you see here is the green one. And that has to do with shopping. Like spending money, receiving money, anything, shopping, finance related is green. Here I have to, I remembered on Sunday that I need to buy baseball pants for my son. I drew a task list because it's a task. I added the green asterisk and I didn't fill it in because I still have yet, to buy his pants. I don't like to, in the past I did draw out like a full list of things to buy, or like a shopping list. And I would just add everything in one place on one page. But I didn't like it. I don't like this look. I like this better because I still see that this is an open task. I still need to do this. And I signified it here with the green. So once I go shopping tomorrow, I can then, once I did it, I can just color it in and be done with it. What else is there to say? So those are this was here. So the first one is here, a collection, and then I have 2 days, and I just continued. Once I reached the end here, I just continued with the list of tasks here for Sunday. And then I remembered that my family's gonna visit, and I wanted to list all of the things that all of the things to do around where I live. And so I drew a yellow box around it and put it back in the index, which I'm going to show you again. I know it's a lot of back and forth and repetition, but I think, it might be interesting to some. So places to visit, and then I wrote down April, and that's on page 6. And it's yellow, so I know, there we go. Okay, places to visit when a family comes, it's yellow, and there's the list. So I can, so I don't forget the things to do, and I have everything written down. And then I continued with another day, Monday, and then Tuesday, and so on. And then another list came up for my college to-dos, and I drew a teal box around it, and I added it to the index again with my tasks and information and to-dos for college. And then also today, I wrote down the list of things to do, and then another list about to-dos for my college came up, so I added another one, and then I added the page number 8 to the existing index topic. And this is how I plan and everything. So I got a bunch of questions about how I keep track of tasks that might be far ahead in the future. I just keep track of them in just writing them down on the day that I receive the information or a task comes to my mind. I just write it down. For example, on Sunday, I remembered that I need to definitely call William's school to ask about his registration documents that are required and so on. So I wrote down on Sunday, Monday, March 6th, call his school. And then Monday came, this was still an open task. And then I wrote it down as an event because it was important, so I marked it. And then I called them on Monday. And then once I wrote it actually down on Monday, I just drew an arrow that I migrated this task. So at the end of the month, let's say this is the end of the month, and I'm gonna title a so-called like monthly review collection. It's gonna be everything, every single task that is still open, I'm gonna write down in this list. Like for example here, let's say I still need to finish some drawings and this is still gonna be open, and this is gonna be put in the review section, like the new list. And once I'm done scanning through all the pages, all of the tasks, like did I buy the baseball pants? Did I don't know, buy sheet protectors and everything else? Everything that's open goes into this one list. I review it. If I did it, it's gonna be crossed off. If it's not relevant, I'm gonna cross it out. And if I can just still continue doing this in the new month, I will, add it into the new month, meaning I'm gonna draw out the next month in this style, and all the unfinished tasks are gonna be placed here because there's still a lot of room. I think that makes sense. If not, then please ask away some more questions if it wasn't clear. So this is how I keep track of my tasks, to-dos, and make myself accountable for actually finishing them, because like for example here, this was like the worst thing ever. Where was it? Oh yeah, so sketches, or like finish the drawings. I have been putting it off since Tuesday to actually sit down and finish the drawings. I did have, like, I started one of the drawings, so this is why this task is started, but I needed to migrate it because it's still not finished. So I put it here for today, finished drawings. So I can actually let's do this right now on camera, why not? So I migrated this task, so I can put an arrow through it because it is already here, and I signified it again that is important. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I use the dots to write down notes or journal entries, because the bullet journal is still like a journaling system as well. So I don't do like a per se journals because my life isn't that interesting. I just like to keep track of certain events. Like for example, the kids broke the window. I don't know when or how it happened, but there is a crack in the inside layer of the window. And since it was in the kids' room and it concerned the kids, I put a blue dot next to this information. Then there was an accident in front of our house. A car crashed into a tree, which was very, tragic. Thank God, like nothing happened, like bad, but the car was, trashed. So I put a red, like this is important, something important happened there, and as a journal entry and a note. So I do like to color code still. So I keep track of my lists, what they concern, who they concern, and what they are. I love to prioritize like tasks and events because it's very important to keep track of those. And this is pretty much my setup. And this is my bullet journal. If you have any more questions, please just ask away. I'm happy to answer everything. And if you want to see anything more or like better explained, I'm happy to do another video. And I hope to be actually back into like a more regular schedule, filming and posting videos. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye!